December 23rd. Outer Saga, an AM. A homeless woman sits outside a 24-hour pharmacy in downtown LA, clutching a crying baby. She's been there for hours. The baby won't stop wailing. Then a
black motorcycle pulls up. The rider removes his helmet and the cashier, inside, nearly drops his coffee. It's him, the guy from The Matrix, John Wick himself. But here's where it gets weird. Keanu doesn't just walk past like every
other celebrity would. He stops. He crouches down next to this woman who clearly has no idea who he is. The baby is still screaming. The mother looks exhausted, defeated. She's maybe 19, barely an adult herself. "Hey," Keanu says, softly. "Is everything okay?" The woman looks up, startled. I'm sorry. We'll move. I know we're not supposed to." No, you're fine. What's wrong with the little one?" And this is where the story
takes a turn. Nobody saw coming. The woman breaks down. She tells him her baby has been sick for 3 days. High fever, won't eat. She's been trying to get into the emergency room, but without insurance, without an address. They keep turning her away. "I don't know what to do," she whispers. I think he might die. Most people would offer thoughts and prayers, maybe slip her at 20 and feel good about themselves. Keanu Reeves did something else entirely. He
stands up, pulls out his phone, makes a call. The conversation is brief, but the cashier inside can hear fragments be through the glass. "Yeah, it's Keanu. I need a favor tonight. Money's not an issue." He hangs up and turns back to the woman. "What's your name?" "Sarah." "Sarah, I'm Kiana, and this little guy is going to be just fine." 15 minutes later, a black SUV pulls up. Not some fancy limo, just a regular SUV. The driver gets out and walks over. "This is Dr. Martinez," Keanu says. "She's a pediatrician, one of
the best in the city." Sarah stares in confusion. "I don't understand." "She's going to take a look at your baby. Right here, right now." Dr. Martinez kneels down with a medical bag. She examines the infant under these fluorescent lights while Keanu holds a flashlight from his phone. Severe dehydration and what looks like a respiratory infection. She says after a few minutes, treatable, but he needs to get to a hospital tonight. Sarah's face crumbles. "I can't afford. You don't need."
2. Keanu interrupts. "It's handled." But wait, it gets better. The SUV doesn't take them to just any hospital. It takes them to Cedars-Sinai, one of the most expensive hospitals in Los Angeles. Keanu rides with them. In the back seat, he's not John Wick or Neo. He's just a guy making funny faces at a sick baby, trying to keep him calm. At the hospital, Sarah expects to be turned away again. Instead, she's immediately
admitted. The baby is rushed to pediatric care. "How is this possible?" she asks Keanu as they sit in the waiting room. "Sometimes you just have to make things happen," he says simply. 3 days later, the baby is healthy, fully recovered. Sarah is given a clean bill of health, too. Turns out she was malnourished and hadn't seen a doctor in years. But Keanu wasn't done. When it's time for discharge, a social worker appears with paperwork. Sarah assumes
it's for some kind of payment plan she'll never be able to afford. Instead, it's for temporary housing, a small apartment paid for 6 months in advance. And there's more. A job offer from a local nonprofit that works with homeless families full-time with benefit. Sarah has experience with crisis intervention from her own life, experience that makes her perfect for helping others. "I don't understand," Sarah says, for the hunt.
"Time. Why would you do this for us?" Keanu looks at her baby, now healthy and gurgling happily. "Because everyone deserves a chance to start over." Here's the part that'll give you chills. Sarah later found out that Keanu didn't just pay for the hospital bills and the apartment. He also donated $100,000 to the hospital's charity care fund, anonymous. The only reason anyone found out was because a nurse accidentally left the paperwork where Sarah could see it. But there's
something else, something that makes this story even more incredible. This wasn't some random act of kindness. Sarah learned later that Keanu has been doing this for years, quietly, without cameras, without publicity. He has a network of doctors, social workers, and landlords who help him find and assist people who've fallen through the cracks. The pharmacy cashier. He'd seen Keanu stop for homeless people before, multiple times.
always at night, always when no one's watching. He's like Batman, the cashier told a reporter later, except instead of fighting crime, he's fighting poverty. 6 months later, Sarah had saved enough from her job to move into her own place. The baby, his name is Marcus, was thriving. Sarah had become one of the nonprofit's most effective counselors. She wrote Keanu a letter. She never expected a response. She got one. It was simple. The world needs more people like you, Sarah. People who don't give up, keep being amazing. But here's the twist.
That makes this story legendary. Sarah kept the letter in her wallet. 2 years later, she was working late at the nonprofit when a young man came in desperate. His sister was sick. They were living in their car, and he didn't know where to turn. Sarah looked at this kid and saw herself from that night outside the pharmacy. She made some calls, found the young man's sister medical care, helped them get temporary housing, connected them with job resources. The young man asked her why.
She was helping them. Sarah pulled out Keanu's letter and showed it to him. Because someone once told me that everyone deserves a chance to start over. That young man's name was David. He got his sister the help she needed. He found work. They got stable housing. And David started volunteering at the nonprofit. Last year, David helped 47 families get back on their feet. This is the Keanu effect. It's not just about the money he gave or the calls he made that night. It's about the ripple effect
of kindness. Sarah helped David. David helped 47 families. Those families will go on to help others. One act of compassion on a cold December night has changed hundreds of lives. And it all started because a guy on a motorcycle decided to stop and ask if everything was okay. The security camera at that pharmacy captured 23 minutes of footage. That night, the pharmacy owner was asked if he'd sell it to tabloids. The offers went as high as $50,000. He refused everyone. Some
things, he said, are too beautiful to sell. The camera still records every night. The cashier still works there. And sometimes late at night, a motorcycle still pulls up, because Keanu Reeves understands something most people don't. Kindness isn't about grand gestures or public recognition. It's about seeing someone who needs help and deciding that their problem is now your problem too. It's about understanding that we're all just walking each other home. And sometimes that walk starts at
2:47 a.m. outside a pharmacy in downtown Dole. The security camera is still recording. What will it capture?
Dear friends, all the information is taken from online.